My dad's mom made this for us. Some chicken with rice and cabbage. And what looks like some banana peppers. Along with some homemade hot sauce. I recall going to bed today significantly earlier. Around 3:40ish to 4 a.m. Somewhere between 3:40 and 4 in the morning. Dad also got a new gallon of whole milk at a Bryan and Dairy. Convenience store. At one point, I considered having what was left of the old gallon in a glass, but after trying it, it tasted off, and so I spit out what I drank into the kitchen sink and then dumped what was left, I think about a fifth to a sixth of a gallon, into one side of the kitchen sink, and then rinsed out the kitchen sink using the faucet for the sink. It has a movable nozzle. I believe I did that sometime between 1 p.m. when I had my first cup of coffee. With a toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich I prepared myself after Dad left out 2 slices of bread. And a slice of leftover pizza from Salvatore's. And 5 p.m. when I had 2 sandwiches that Dad prepared for me in the morning. With some more of the potato chips that I had with my 1 p.m. breakfast. As around 1 p.m. was when I decided to open that sour cream and onion bag of Lay's potato chips. I had noticed it at least 2 days prior, but decided not to open it until I had breakfast at 1 p.m. It was right around 4:45 p.m. that I tried having what was left of the old gallon. The milk in the new gallon is pretty good. And I recall having my 5 p.m. lunch at 5 p.m. because shortly before that, I finished the polystyrene drawing project I was doing as a gift for my mom's mom. I worked on it during the mid to late afternoon hours. I recall waking up around 11:30 in the morning. And then getting up around noon, 12:30 p.m. I first finished drawing and coloring in the African violet flower that I started yesterday. Though in order to keep with the color scheme of pinks and red that I opted for the rest of the flowers, the sunflower, then the rose, and then the tulip, I didn't make the African violet. And then I traced around the African violet after I blended the color for each of the petals. Going either clockwise or counterclockwise, I'm not entirely sure which. And then once I finished the final outline, I started drawing in the timestamp. And then colored in the rest of the polystyrene ball with the same dark purple I used for the outlining, only where for the outlining I used an ultra-fine Sharpie marker. I used a fine-tipped one to color around the outlines. Except when it came to the timestamp, I deliberately worked so finishing the timestamp would be the last thing I would do. Since the timestamp is supposed to record when I finished a polystyrene drawing project to the minute, and I was successfully able to finish tracing around the timestamp numerals and color in that area with the same ultrafine Sharpie marker I used to trace around the flowers. I was able to successfully finish that project at 4:36 p.m. As for the sandwiches I had around 5 p.m., I added a slice of pepper cheese to each of them, and initially planned on adding ketchup after that, but then I ended up forgetting to add ketchup because I decided to add some chips to the black plastic bowl in which I had the sandwiches. Most likely what I'm going to do next is determine what color Sharpie markers I'll need for the Moogle project, and then start working on that. I'll most likely use this block of polystyrene, but that's not finalized yet. At one point, most likely during the afternoon hours, I started these upgrades for the city.